So the CAGED system is something that can get really complicated, but at its core, really isn't. Basically, all it's saying is that if you want to play a C major chord in 5 different positions on the fretboard with 5 different open chord shapes, you just spell the word CAGED. Now, the only tricky part is understanding the difference between a chord shape and a chord. A chord shape is the way you fret a guitar, and a chord is notes grouped together that sound good most of the time. So this is a C major chord shape, and this is a C major chord. The chord shape gets its name because if you play it without a capo, you get a C major chord. That's straightforward. But say that you put a capo on the 2nd fret and you play the same shape. Sounds beautiful, but it's not a C, because with the capo, you shifted all the notes that you're now playing a D major chord. So basically, the logic is, if with one chord shape you can play a bunch of different chords, then you can play one chord with a bunch of different chord shapes. And those chord shapes are C, A, G, E, D. What's that spell?
CAGED.
And the best way to think of it is as though you're writing the word in cursive. Where one chord shape ends is where you start the next one. So with no capo on your guitar, if you want to play a C chord, you just do the C chord shape. Now your furthest finger along the fretboard is on the 3rd fret, so plop a capo down on the 3rd fret. And now if you want to play a C major chord, use the next shape, an A. And now your furthest finger's 2 frets from the capo, so you move the capo down. If you want to play a C, it's the G chord shape. Furthest finger, capo down, E chord shape. 2 frets over. If you want to play a C, it's the D chord shape. And that's literally all it is. It's how different chord positions line up to play the same chord. Obviously, it's not just for C major. If you want to play another one of these 5 chords, just rotate it so that letter's at the start. So if you want to play A along the fretboard, aged C. If you want to do G major, Jedka. E major, Edkag. D major, D-Cage. And that'll bring us back to C, CAGED.